Wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up.
Good morning Barbados, good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning Barbados, good morning to you. Good morning Barbados, good morning.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Morning to you.
Indeed, good morning to you all. Welcome to today. Today is Thursday, the 21st of May, 2026, and I'm Pearson Bowen. So excited to see you today. Hope you feel the same way. Thank you for joining us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb. To each and every one of you, we wish you well today. And we ask you most of all to share the show. Share the show, share the love. Bring them all to come in as we share with you all that we have planned for you. Remember, we do this out of love, and so we encourage you to share the show, bring others along. And of course, if you know of something that has to be told or someone whose story needs to be amplified by us, because you know it, tell us about it. You can send us an email. The email address is right there at the bottom of your screen. It's morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. You send it, you point us in the direction, we'll follow through, we'll find them, and we'll bring the story to everyone, everywhere. We love to show positivity every single day, and you're a partner in seeking to help us do so, and we thank you for being a partner as well. It's Thursday, it's Teachers Professional Day, and so it's the one day where they have an opportunity to spend time again on developing self as an educator community. And so we encourage all of you teachers to continue doing well. We thank you for your service, because it's through you this nation is developed. Each and every one of you with that awesome responsibility, and you take it on every day in spite of challenges. And we see you. We want you to know that we love you, we love the work that you do, and we appreciate the ways in which you've helped to shape this society as well. Thank you, teachers. Be professional today, as you do every single day. It's also the start of what for the children feels like a long, wonderful weekend, because Teachers Professional Day today, they have their midterm break tomorrow, they have a holiday on Monday, they're having a mini vacation. How lucky thou art. I would say to one of our guests, why was it today no work day for me? But anyhow, I'm enjoying the holiday with them. So to all teachers, we celebrate you today on Teachers Professional Day. We're also heading into the Whitsun weekend. Whitsun weekend, as you know, in the church is a very significant commemoration. And so it's the day, the time when God's Spirit, the Holy Spirit, descended upon his people and the church was formed. And so there are a number of activities happening on the weekend. We want you to pay close attention to those and show up at church or at wherever they are. Wherever they are, I know for sure that there's a gathering happening at Kensington Oval. There's going to be the convention of the Methodist Church at St. Leonard's Boys School, and your church door will be open too. So let's head inside the churches to celebrate Whitsun weekend and the significance it brings to all of our lived experiences as well. Today being Thursday, we're going to Q in the Community. But you ask where it is. Let me tell you, Q in the Community today is heading to the Ermeybourne Highway. We're actually going to Barclays Park. We're going to the Red Roof Junction. If you see it on your screen, that's exactly where we're going. Remember, the action starts at 11 this morning. The broadcast on Q 100.7 starts at noon. And it's waiting for you. It's all there waiting for you. The vendors, the food, the drinking, the karaoke, the dancing, the dominoes, everything that you know makes Q in the Community the thing to do every Thursday is waiting for you. It's part of the crop over programming as well, so you know some soca music will play for sure. We're encouraging as many of you as possible to get down to Barclays Park today, to the Red Roof Junction for today's edition of Q in the Community. If you don't have your own vehicle, you can take the bus. You can take the bus from Bridgetown at gate number 1 of the Granville Williams Terminal and make your way down to the Ermeybourne Highway to Barclays Park, specifically to the Red Roof Junction, to be a part of today's edition of Q in the Community. So have a grand old time. It ends when you want to leave. That's when it ends for you. So we encourage you to be a part indeed. Now, coming up today, you are invited to the Garden Soiree. What is that? When is that? What's expected of you? The organizers will sit with us as we share with you what's happening this weekend as you're invited to that Garden Soiree. A young champion. Oh boy, I can't wait to talk to her in just a little while. She is a winner and truly a delightful person. And so we'll introduce you this morning to a young winner of the Florida Cruise Association of the Caribbean's essay competition. She is also a winner of the poster competition. She is a winner simply because she attends the Springer Memorial School. She's a lovely young lass. And so, yeah, that's old-fashioned word, lass. And so we can't wait to talk to her to celebrate her winnings with her as well. More Barbadians, as you know, are seen, and recently there's been a film produced that features Barbadian filmmakers, workers behind the scenes, and actors. And we'll share with you what that film is about and give you a peek into what that film looks like. We hear about the findings of the Constant Carmichael project, the UWI, hosted by the UWI, and so we meet with some of those investigators into that project. But what do you know about the project? What have you learned about the project? What do you need to learn? We'll share with you this morning. Together, we get together with an I Am a Girl non-governmental organization. They are preparing for a financial literacy workshop. We get to know a whole lot more about that. And we get the vision of the QEH because they're partnering with our community. They want to hear from you. We'll tell you more about how you can lend to that vision and how that vision becomes a reality into action this morning as well. So we'll take a break and we'll get going in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action. The goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football.
Now listen, exceptional young people is what we do. Showcasing exceptional young people is even more of what we do, and so we look forward to Thursdays to be able to do so. While browsing the media, we came across the story of Laila Alleyne, a student of the Springer Memorial School. She's a winner, and boy are we excited by winners indeed. And so Laila, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson.
Oh, thank you for calling me by my name. You got it right. I like that. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. And so you brought along with you one of the teachers at your school in Alexi Charles. Alexi, good morning to you as well.
Good morning.
I'll come to you in a moment. But folks, the Springer Memorial School is a center of excellence. We know them for their track and field. Now we're getting to know them not just for their art, but for their writing, the use of literature. And that's what Laila represents today. So Laila, last year, in 2025, you decided to enter a competition. Do you remember doing that?
Yes, please.
What was that competition?
The competition was called the BTMI competition.
And it required you to do what?
Well, it required me to do a poster on the marine life and write a composition about Barbados.
And these are things that you like to do, to look at marine life and write about how to make Barbados more beautiful to people? Those are things you like?
Yes, please. I love it.
So what about this competition inspired you to say, you know what, I'm going to do this. This doesn't sound too hard for me to do. Are you already doing art?
Yes, please.
How many years have you been doing art now?
Well, I was there from since I turned 4.
From 4 years old?
Yes, please.
So for the last 8 years, you're only 12 now, I mean the right old age of 12. And so for the last 8 years or so, that's what you've been doing?
Yes, please.
How good are you at it?
I would say out of 10, I would say 8.5.
Would your teachers say the same thing? So you get high marks in art.
Yes, please.
You always get high marks in art. So you were challenged by the theme. Your theme for the poster competition was how to protect the marine environment from land-based activities. And when you looked at that theme, what came to your mind as an approach to that theme?
Well, when I looked at that theme, I thought about the coral reefs, the way that the coral reefs are not kept clean, the way that they die, and that really hurt my heart.
So now I'm curious. So why did they die?
Well, they die because when you dump things like plastic bags and food cans, the animals that live there will die along with them, and they need the animals to survive.
So it's my fault. It boils down to my fault at the end of the day, because how did the garbage get in there?
Well, some people dump. Not all, but some.
But some.
Yes, please.
And they dump illegally, and therefore it just filters its way into the sea and messes up our coral reefs. And so you decided, okay, let me tackle this subject. Describe for me how long it took you to be able to depict the theme.
Well, the poster took me 3 months, but it took me a month to tackle the theme.
So you thought about it, and then you get on to work.
Yes,
What did
please.
you use to create your poster?
Well, I use wax crayons, pencil crayons, paper and pencil, and cardboard.
All of that?
Yes, please.
Okay, how big is this poster? As big as this sheet of paper right here?
No, please.
Bigger than this?
Yes, please.
How big is it?
I'll say about this table.
This size?
Yes, please.
Wow. And so, girl, I couldn't even tackle that myself. This size?
Yes, please.
And so you had to look at space and dimensions and perspectives, all those kinds of things to be able to create the image you wanted to, right?
Yes, please.
And then you decided, all right, I'll submit this. I think it's done. I will submit this. And you waited. And you waited?
Yes.
And you waited. When did they call you?
Well, I'm not too sure when
How
they
did you know
called
you
me.
had won?
My mommy got a call on the phone, and they said I won the competition. I was just like, wow.
Oh no, you don't do wow. You screamed and carried on.
Yes, please.
You did all of that because you felt so good having achieved this. Because you beat a number of people from across the region. And when you stop at your good old age of 12 and you reflect on the fact that I am the best of the region, having defeated all of those who had submitted other entries, how do you feel about yourself and your art now?
I was just in shock.
In shock.
Yes, please.
But you know you can do better and you can do more,
Yes,
right? But you also entered the essay competition. You didn't just do your art alone, you wrote as well. Are you into literature and writing and those kinds of things?
Yes, please.
What's your plan?
I don't really have a plan as yet.
However,
However,
you will keep writing.
Yes, please.
What do you like to write about?
I like to write compositions, anything that comes to my mind. Even if it's not real, even if it's fiction, non-fiction, I just love it.
You just love to write. Then you must love to read. So who's your favorite author? Do you have one?
No, please.
What do you love to read about?
Anything.
Mills and Booms?
I haven't got to that.
Teenage girls?
I
You don't know
haven't
what
got
Mills and Booms? I thought you were the ripe old age of 12. Okay. But those kinds of things that young girls will want to get into. So you're having fun.
Yes.
And you're doing what you absolutely love. And you're doing it at school. Do you have teachers who you think are so important to your ability to achieve all that you've been able to achieve so far?
Yes, please.
Who would those be?
Well, I have Mrs. Alleyne, the person that helped me with the essay. I have Mrs. Clough Roberts, the head of the Spring Memorial School Art Department, which helped me with the art competition. I have Mrs. Hinkson, my integrated science teacher. I have my farm teacher, Mr. Charles.
You're her form teacher? Talk to me about this student, this ripe old age of 12, this student you have. How is she as a student generally? And I'm asking that for a reason, because oftentimes parents tend to want to pigeonhole their children, to think that you just focus on the physics and mathematics and everything else. But here it is, she's dabbling her creativity at the same time. So talk to me about her as a student.
What I would say, as a student, out of the rest in the class, she's the one that wants to do the most things. If it's not cooking, baking stuff, then we would usually have our fun days at school, our entrepreneurship days at school. She was head and up front, doing her cooking and stuff like that. In terms of art, I see her as an artist myself. I see her as someone that really good and stands out amongst the rest in the class. So I see her as a student that really is diverse, and the parent, you can say, allows her to just be free and do what she really loves to do.
And that's so important, the parental support, to be able to achieve self, because we all want to know that we are doing our absolute best, so we ourselves are pleased, and then to have that parent that supports us to give the wings, wow. And but you too, because that's what you contribute in the classroom, the space for Laila to be Laila, and for Laila to get ahead with what Laila likes to do, within constraints, of course. And so, what do you see for Laila's future? Shut your ears, Laila. What do you see for Laila's future?
If she continues on the path that she's on, I could see that she could either be an artist, she could be a writer, she could be anything. Because at the end of the day, as a teacher, and even at the Spring Memorial School, we look to instill in students that no matter what it is that you want to be in, you could follow that path.
You can actually do.
Usually, Spring is seen as track and field, but there's so much more at the school. As you can see, we have artists, we have students that might do stuff in cooking, food and nutrition. So
music as well. You have a very strong music program.
Good music program in terms of steel pan, all that type of stuff. So for her, I see that whatever pathway she wants to go in, and what she's strong in, I always tell students and parents, if you see a student that's strong in a particular area, push them in that area, because the world is flat nowadays. So
yes.
anything is possible.
Laila, we're pushing you too. I know you said you want to be a doctor,
Yes.
or you want to be in tourism. Choices, Laila, choices. What choices, which one would you want to be in more than any other?
Right now, they're in the middle.
You are so smart. You are so clever. It's in the middle. And so either which way you think that's what you'd want to do, whether it's in medicine, because you want to be a part of the protector of our environment.
Yes.
But you also want to be in tourism, because you want to remind us why we need to protect our environment as well. And so would you contemplate or consider entering the Junior Minister of Tourism competition at some point?
Well, I have to think about that.
You should think about it. That's another one of the initiatives of the Barbados Tourism Marketing Incorporated, where every summer or so, they bring together some young people, teenagers like yourself, to be deemed as junior ministers of tourism for Barbados, and then they go to a regional competition, and as a winner already, we know you could do this. We know you can do this as well. So maybe that's something you might want to discuss with your teachers to get some more information about and enter that competition as well.
Yes, please.
Deal? But I am so proud of you. I am super, super proud of you and the school that you attend. You know, look at your poster. Look at your poster. That's as big as this table. Mind you, what you see is a little piece of the screen, but that is the size of this big old table in front of me. And that was created by Laila with guidance from her art teacher. And there's so much you're telling in that piece. What happens within our marine environment and how even the land space affects that marine environment. And the problems, that looks a little bit messy. And that's because we create the mess, right? And that's the story you're trying to tell.
Yes, please.
You've done well. Again, proud of you, Laila. Don't stop.
Yeah.
Continue being your best self. And always remember, God loves you. God sees the best in you. And He wants you to give the best back to Him and to others, all right?
Yes, please.
You promise me?
Yes, please.
Good girl. Laila Alleyne is her name. She is a student. She's only 12 years old. She sees the world bigger than some of us. I hope you learn from her example as well why we need to pay closer attention to our marine environment and how we can change our behavior in order to protect our marine environment, but also to respect the fact that we are also a tourist destination and there are things that we can do to make our space even more beautiful. That's Laila Alleyne. She is the winner of the poster competition. She placed second in the essay competition, but we know she could do so much better because she has a long life and a great future ahead of her through the work of her teachers at the Spring Memorial School. Alexa, as well, thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your contribution to her experience as well so far. Continue doing well at the Spring Memorial School.
Thank you.
And we salute your principal as well, who's my very good friend as well. Thank you so much, everybody, and good luck with your future endeavors, all right?
Yes, please.
You have exams coming up
Yes, please.
in the same art and writing and so forth?
Yes, please.
You'll do well. You got this, Laila. You
Yes,
got this. And we have you. Laila Alleyne is her name. We wish her much better with her future endeavors as well. Thank you for joining us. Morning Barbados is right back right after this.
Today we are at the Springer Memorial School, and while we're here to present the second place regional winner of the Florida Caribbean Cruise Association competition, her prizes and awards for her and also for her school. And this competition is so important because it really helps to shape the minds of our young people, and it helps us to ensure that the sustainability of tourism continues for generations and generations to come.
Well, I was very shocked because I did know that they were going all across the country, but I didn't really think that I would be first place winner and second place winner as well. My poster had a turtle going towards the sea, and there was a boat in my poster carrying all the garbage in the sea, and there was a man on the cliff holding a no dumping sign. So I wanted the children and the people in Barbados to see that we should not dump in our oceans because it will kill the marine life.
Well, for me, I'm a proud mommy. She's really raising the baton high for the Springer Memorial School, and it encourages not only the Springer ladies, but all the other schools within the island, how important it is to always do your best and put your best foot forward.
Well, we are elated, not just me, the entire school is elated at Laila's performance. She is a fantastic little girl. She really is one that exemplifies the Springer spirit. We have as our motto, members one of another. So whatever is the success of one is the success of the school. So Laila has brought us much success and she has motivated others, and we are extremely proud this morning to call her one of our own.
Laila's achievement is a reminder that tourism doesn't start in businesses or boardrooms. It actually begins here, with conversations in classrooms and with young living families. Right, guys? Because
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damian Best as they review the action. The goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV-cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
23 minutes after 6 o'clock this Thursday morning, and so we turn our attention now to the ongoing work of Dr. Henderson Carter. He has been taking time at the University of the West Indies, working with all of us and teaching us a lot of history and greater meaning and understanding of life that we've lived and that we live, and our connections with life abroad as well. Interestingly enough, he did tell us at the beginning of the year, or sometime last year, about the Constant and Carmichael project. And we're getting some updates now. Dr. Carter, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm great, thanks.
Good. You brought along some students from
the Bard Graduate Center from New York.
Right. Let me get this right.
Yeah.
Eileen Montgomery is with me. Audrey Liberty is with us. Drew Pitty is with us, and the Barbadian in the bunch of sorts, Anissa Mavosa. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Sounded good, right? All right. So, Dr. Carter, where are we in the project now?
Well,
are we at the end of it?
We are at the second year of the project. It's a 3-year project funded by the Mellon Foundation, and this is the second year. And as part of the project, we have partnering institutions. So we have 4 partnering institutions, and Bard Graduate Center is one of our partnering institutions, and they are with us for a study tour, a tour to experience the culture, the history, the heritage, the archaeology of Barbados, and of course the people of Barbados. And every year we bring these partnering institutions with us. And of course, we at the campus ourselves, we get to go to New York, we get to go to Boston, we get to go to Newport, Rhode Island. And just recently, we went to Rhode Island and we were looking in the cold. Could you imagine this person in the cold? 1 o'clock in the day, it is very cold in Newport, and we are in a graveyard.
Oh my goodness.
Looking for a Bajan called William Butcher.
Did you find William?
Oh yes, who was buried there in 1720. A Bajan buried in God's Acre.
That's what it's called?
That's
too?
called.
What a place to be.
In Newport. And so these types of tours, what we call experiential learning, we also call it the learning journey, where the students are learning on the ground. We're taking them out to the classroom and putting them on the road, on the ground, so that they really learn. And this is a project that has 1 more year, and we are hoping that our students will continue to benefit even after the year is over.
And we're looking at the connection between the Concert and Carmichael Plantation to Shelter Island.
Yes.
And so in all of that, while here, what are the students required to do? Dig?
No. Visit and learn.
Just visit and learn.
Just visit. And so, for example, yesterday, we took them to the Medford Craft Center.
Yes.
On Cave Hill. And the students heard from Mr. Medford, who's been in the business for 50 years.
In mahogany craft.
Yes. And they saw how the mahogany craft is done, where it all starts, etc., right up to the finish. And of course, they bought some as well. So, and then we visited the Earthworks Craft Center, dealing with pottery. Different type of pottery this time. And this is imported clay, and they're doing great work there. And we visited that wall on Warren's, that environmental wall.
Yes, just outside of CIBC.
Yes, and the Baobab tree.
Right.
And that's an experience, because sometimes we drive past the wall, we don't stop. But when you look carefully, you see great art. You know, thanks to the people there at Earthworks.
Well done indeed. And so, Alleyne, how has your journey been so far?
It's been fantastic. It's been beyond belief. I, frankly, without the generosity of the Mellon Foundation and UE and all the wonderful people facilitating this, I quite honestly don't believe that I would have had the privilege to visit this beautiful country and to experience with such depth and such meaning the history here, and of course the craft and the materials. And so it has just been beyond my expectations. Very grateful.
You're using the right words, and I love the words you're using. But it's a history project at the same time. What have you learned about from history's perspective about Barbados and its connection also with Shelter Island?
I think that, like I said, you get this sense of the depth, and you get a sense of how close these places really are. I think that as somebody who's not even from New York, from further away than that, to have experiences between those two places and to have connections, like you said, even thinking about Rhode Island and thinking many people before have made very brave journeys this way and that. And through coming to these places, we can understand how they're so much closer than we ever really think.
What would you say now that you've had this experience so far about not just Barbados, about how small the world truly is?
Well, you know, you can run into family here as I see it. But truly, I think it means that we are all so much more responsible for each other and for telling each other's stories and helping each other to do so, then it's always a really humbling experience to go out into the world, because I might go about my day-to-day thinking that my experience is, you know, just my own in a lot of senses, but coming to places like this, I can find where those differences are, but I can also find through, you know, the education and the many, many people that we get to meet through the generosity of Dr. Clive Scott, everybody, Dr. Carter here, that everything is closer, and so we're all more responsible for each other.
Audrey, talk to me about your experience.
Wow. I don't know how to follow that one. I would echo what Alleyne says. At the Bard Graduate Center, we think a lot about history, especially sort of how objects can can illuminate history. And I think that part of what has been so exciting about this is just kind of the depth of the site-specific visits, but also seeing how kind of public interpretation can tell really kind of intense, dark stories that implicate America and Europe as well. Obviously, America and Europe were sort of built off the backs of enslaved labor. So it's been really wonderful getting sort of the depth of your knowledge and your colleagues' knowledge, but also to really sort of be in spaces and thinking about history in a really embodied way. And then also to get to do sort of things like going on the cave tours. There's like I feel like we're getting a really holistic experience, like we're gonna go swimming after this. So
I like that.
So
is it beyond your expectation? What expectations did you have prior to coming?
It is kind of beyond my expectation. It is really, I think the variety of things that we're doing has really surpassed my expectations, and it's been really exciting every single day to sort of just wake up, get on a bus, go somewhere great. I was also a really big fan of earthworks as well, seeing ceramic craft. The variety has really, really expanded.
Well, wonderful. Jude, if you had to write a book about this experience so far, where would it start?
It would start with me still adjusting to the Bayesian heat, obviously. But it's been so wonderfully holistic, I think, not to sound like a broken record to what Eileen and Audrey have both said, but it's been so wonderfully nuanced in this experience. I think when we were coming here, I think there was the preconceived notion of looking at the transatlantic connections between Sylvester Manor and the Constant Carmichael plantations, but being able to see how this really intersects with the culture and has become diffuse amongst the Bayesian population, and how it really has these reverberating impacts that have legacies rooted in colonialism, but also in autonomy and finding freedom and identity. So it's just been really rewarding in that
It sounds
sense.
like a good book. It sounds like a bestseller.
Thank you.
And it teaches at the same time as well. Anissa, you now, you're expected to come with a little bit of local knowledge.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
But with the little local knowledge you may have, how different from that knowledge has the experience been?
It's been very different, because when I do come to Barbados, I don't ever go explore the island in the way that we have this way. So it's been really great working with Yui and learning from all of the different craft workers that we've been engaging with. And then also just the knowledge that our patrons at Yui has been showing us. It's been really impactful. So yeah.
When you look at the craft work,
yes.
What does it speak to you about the ingenuity of the Barbadian, the black man, in terms of what he has been able to take and to do and to make with?
The ingenuity, I mean, I think it really speaks for itself. I was really moved by Medford's works. Just working with mahogany in the way that he does is incredibly unique and completely, I think, intentional, but also inherent. So I was really moved by that. I really liked how he works the wood in his own way, but also is inspired by the wood. It's something that I haven't seen before.
And so, Dr. Carter, this is what it's about. It's changing, but it's also building community and understanding. But taking a look in this project, to my mind, again, as to how people lived, how they worked with what they had, and how they were able to export thereafter as well, to show that there is value in what we've created. There is portability in what we've created, all of those kinds of things. Was that a part of the project, or is that a part of the rationale for the project?
Yes, that is a part of the rationale. From the time we conceived this project, we saw people exchanging. And that is why we have 4 partnering institutions. There's UMass Boston as well, there's NYU, and there's the Sylvester Manor. And we facilitate that exchange with not only a study tour, but a conference. And in January, we had our first Constant Carmichael conference, where we brought people from the United States, and there were 2 representatives from BARD. We also brought people from the region as well, students from the region, students from the Barbados Community College as well, our own university students, people doing research in England, people doing research in North America, archaeologists. So we brought together all these groups for interaction, exchange, sharing research. And we're going to meet again in January 2027, and we will share that research, because as we go along, people are doing research. We are making extraordinary findings. Just recently, Pearson, one of our lecturers who is working on the project found a woman, I believe I told you this already,
I'm not sure.
found a woman called Lavinia, who was 112 years old, living at Coston Plantation during slavery. During slavery. She died in 1832 and was 112 years old. Now,
she never met emancipation.
Never.
That is heartbreaking.
But here's the thing. Many people during the slave period only lived to 30 years old.
Exactly. So to have
she lived to 112.
To have survived.
Yeah.
Was she mulatto or was she?
She was black.
Black.
She was black.
Wow. That's brilliant. That speaks to resilience.
112. And what we're also doing is tracing family trees from slavery to the present. So out of the blue, a guy called Waterman called me the other day and said, he's from Ellerton, and he said, his grandmother has the name Pretty John. And I immediately connected Pretty John with the owner of the plantation, John Pretty John, in the 1820s. And we've been able to find his earliest ancestor using the slave records. His ancestor is a man called York. So we're using the slave records, what we call the registration records for 1817, the earliest registration records we can find on the plantations. Wow. So it is yielding some very good research.
Listen, I can't wait for this one more year to finish so I can read the outcome of this research, this project. It is going to be quite a tome that a lot of people will have to read because this research unearths so much, and you're a part. Imagine that you are a part of the telling of that story, of our connections and our people and our past, our present, and how we have greater understanding of self. Because when we truly look at the picture and we see what it is, then we understand from where we've come, and as I keep saying, from whose tribe we've come, so we know how to live. And that's important, I believe. So thank you for coming to Barbados. Thank you for being a part of the project. And Dr. Carter, as always, thank you, my brother. I just love sitting with this man. I learned so much. You all are so fortunate to have him with you, to be a part of this, guiding you through the project as well. As always, my brother.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, buddy.
Bless you.
And thanks to each of you as well. And stay as long as you wish. It's all right. We invite you to do so.
Extend our stay.
Thank you. They'll come back, of course. All right. After this, we'll be back with more on Morning Barbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good, your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. Your playlist, your station, 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment.
Good morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So you opened your mailbox. You saw a letter that looks a little different because it's all golden embossed. And so you're thinking to yourself, wow, is this coming straight from the palace? you're invited, it starts. And so you're invited to the Golden Garden Soiree coming up real soon. As a matter of fact, so soon we had to have with us the president of the Barbados Labour Party's Women's League, who are organizing this Golden Garden Soiree with us, in Tricia Henry. Good morning to you, Tricia.
Good morning, Pearson. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm well.
So where's my invitation?
Your invitation is in the mail.
Tell me about this Golden Garden Soiree. When is it and where is it and how can we be there?
Okay, the event takes place on Saturday, May the 23rd at
This
Ilara
Saturday?
Court. This Saturday. So it takes place on Saturday. We start at 3 p.m. the grounds of Ilara Court. The tickets are 100 Barbados dollars.
So get your ticket to come to the Golden Soiree. But it's very themed in a particular way that makes it so special. Yes. And that's why I framed it the way it started with the look for your golden embossed envelope in your mail. So talk to me about the theme you're trying to achieve here with this Golden Garden Soiree.
Okay, so what we would have recognized is that Bridgerton was a hit in Barbados.
Still is.
Everyone loves Bridgerton. So what we did this year, the event is Bridgerton inspired. So we wanted to have not just the regular tea party, we wanted to put a spin on it. So we said, we're going to go for the Golden Garden Soiree. A little fancy. It's a Bridgerton-inspired event.
Nice. So come with your little sun umbrellas, come with your fascinators, come dressed accordingly. We want you to get into the period as much as you possibly can. I know for a lot of you that scratches your head because you don't know. Well, watch the series Bridgerton and you'll see just how they were. Be fancy. It's a fun it's fun, but it's fanciful at the same time. Yes. But it's a tea party.
Yes.
Tea parties come with cucumber sandwiches.
Very dainty.
Very dainty.
Very dainty.
Cups and the like.
Yes.
Is that the experience you're building?
Yes, that is the experience that we are building. And well, when I say building, it has already been established. This tea party has been a constant in the past few years for the league. And this is our main income generator to support our projects, basically.
And what are some of those projects you're supporting?
Okay. I would have basically joined the committee, I believe, back in 2020. Well, not when I say join the committee, because once you're a member of the party, you're a member of the league. But joining the committee, what I would have recognized is some of the projects that we would have worked on is the rehabilitation center at GIS. So we would have outfitted the barbershop and the hairdressing salon. We also used to give to children charities such as the Faroes Children's Center. And there was another one, I'm trying to remember that one now.
That's all right.
But then there are other projects, and these may be silent projects where there are females, young females within the party, getting educational grants to pursue further education.
So this is for a worthy cause, and
Yes,
that's the whole point. This is not to lace anyone's pocket, this is for the cause. Yes. What's the cause you're adopting this time around?
This year, we've identified at least 3 of them. We have not officially named them as yet, so the announcement is going to be made on Saturday. We're gonna hold that back, but the announcement is going to be made on Saturday.
So you have to be there at Ilara Court for the Golden Garden Soiree. If you're still in hunt of a ticket right now, where can we go?
You can reach out to the Vice President, Kathy-Ann Cadell. I believe her number should be on the flyer.
Yes, it's right there. Look at the bottom of your screen, everybody. You'll see that flyer. You'll see the number for Kathy-Ann, for DeCarla, or for Tricia.
Yes, please. And you can contact Kathy-Ann. She would indicate if there are any more tickets, because tickets are running very low.
I know.
Yes.
I know how it goes. I've seen the numbers. I've seen how people turn up for this. It's a special evening. And what time does it start, by the way?
The event starts at 3 p.m. Promptly at 3 p.m. Promptly at 3 p.m.
So in other words, park and walk in as soon as possible.
As soon
because
as
at 3 it
possible.
started. And what's happening at the tea party? Not just socializing, but what else is happening?
Okay, so people love to socialize, but then there are other aspects of the tea party that remain constant this year. So we're going to have that fashion show that people love. We're going to have a nice raffle, and then there's the silent auction. So that's an additional income generator for the league. So it's many things to look forward to. One thing that I almost forgot, we are honoring the former MP for St. Thomas, Conrad Cynthia Ford, for her contribution to the Women's League over the years. So, and that's over 40 years. So I'm 40. So imagine her contribution to the organization. My entire lifetime. So we're going to recognize the efforts that she would have basically made to the party.
I wish I could have said I'm 40, but I can't. And you know, the Labour Party's Women's League was in function since 1958 or thereabouts. So it's been around for a while. And I know for a lot of children watching today, they're thinking, 19 what? Sounds like a whole century ago. But it's been around for a little while. And so we want to encourage you to get your tickets as soon as possible. We shared with you at the bottom of the screen. You can look back at the show online and you can see for yourself the numbers. Look at it right now. To reserve your seat, call Kathy Ann at 239-0338. Or DeCarla, her number is 253-5382. Or Tricia herself at 231-4086. I know you'll look back at the screen a little later on to see it for yourself to get the numbers, but call fast because the event is this Saturday at Illawarra Court. And we know Illawarra Court is one of those places everyone aspires to want to go to. But while there's entertainment, soft music at points, and there are the other raffles and the like as well, the silent auction.
Yes, please.
It's going to be there, so turn up in large number, because your contribution by being there and engaging with the activities as well, that money goes towards supporting a number of charitable activities as well, which will be announced on Saturday. So you need to be there for the announcement and for the celebration that will flow naturally from that announcement.
Yes, please.
Teresa, is there anything else you wanted to add?
I would just invite persons to go and follow our social media footprint. We have the Instagram page, Women's League BLP, and the Facebook page as well, Barbados Labour Party Women's League. And that's basically it for us. All the information is there for you.
Simple Simon met the pivot.
Yes, please.
Tricia Henry, who is the president of the Barbados Labour Party's Women's League, inviting all of you to, and this is not just a women's event.
No, it's not.
It's for everyone.
Thanks for the clarification. It's not.
They tend to think so, you know.
No, it's
the Women's League put on something for the women. No, the Women's League is putting on something for everyone. And so everyone is invited to the Garden Soiree this coming Saturday. It begins at 3 in the afternoon, promptly at 3. It'll just be a few hours, but while there, your contribution goes towards helping some very worthy causes that are being supported by the BLP Women's League, and we encourage you to get your ticket as soon as possible. Thank you again, Tracy.
You're most welcome.
All the best.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Morning Barbados is right back right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action, the goals,
I am so thrilled at the moment, literally thrilled, because I'm going to introduce you now to some young people who said they will and they did. And that's exactly what we love about our young people of Barbados. They're determined and they know exactly what to do to be winners. And those winners would flowed from last weekend's bodybuilding competition, and the youth were there as well. And so we have some young people who are winners. But the youngest of them all is Shakira. Shakira Dudley, who you know is a PRO of the, and you're the head athlete as well, right?
I'm the head coach for this youth program under the Roger Boys umbrella.
So talk to me about that, because here you're seeing now the fruits of the labours being born, really, literally, in these young people who we're going to talk to in just a moment. How successful was the weekend's activity?
It was very successful. I mean, initially this would have started as an exhibition in 2024, going into 2025, where we only had just under 20 athletes. And this year we had probably about 45, including the region. This exercise with the Roger Boys Youth Program, we also had a boot camp during the Easter, and they would have learnt a lot. If you were at the venue and you saw how they performed on stage, it was incredible. I got a little bit of goosebumps. I was very proud of them. Every single athlete was really impressive, and I'm sure that they are probably feeling that self-efficacy, like, oh, I can do this again. I'm ready. I've had parents already asking me about other shows on the calendar, so that means that they've enjoyed it. They've seen the fruits of, you know, being disciplined. Yes. You know, we had a lot of sessions during the week as well leading up to the show. We had 3 sessions a week, including on the weekend. In terms of other activities that would have assisted this program, we would have had the Sports Council, Raw Fitness, and we had a session at Skechers and at Hits 106 FM Barbados, and they would have had a thorough experience leading up to this event.
Wow. So the winners are with us, and we're talking first to Connor Bellamy, the youth bodybuilding champion in the Roger Boys Classic for 2026. Talk to me about Connor. How long have you now been in the bodybuilding phase?
For at least 2 years.
2 years?
Yes, yes.
Only 2 years, and you're built like this?
Yes, yes.
This is genetics, right? Or is this hard work?
Honestly, both.
Speak a little louder for me.
Both.
A bit of both?
Yes, yes.
Okay, do you see a future for yourself in bodybuilding?
Yes, yes.
And what does that entail, this future?
A lot.
Okay, so there you were on stage. Is this you?
Yeah.
Is this the first time you're seeing you?
Yes, yes.
Tell me what you're doing here. Explain to me what you're seeing and how you feel at the moment about what you're seeing there.
Nervous.
You were nervous then?
Yes, yes.
So you waited then for the result and your name was called as the winner. Were you surprised when you look at those who are also competing in your category?
Yes, yes. There were some that were bigger than me.
So what do you think it was that separated you from all of them that caused you to be the winner?
How I performed.
Oh, your performance. Shakira, would you agree with that?
Yes, I want to note that he's quiet now, but if you put him in a gym, you'll probably have to put a leash on him. You know, he goes on every machine. I think we took him into Raw Fitness and he did about 25 pull-ups. So guys, if you have a little bit of a pull-up competition, you can have Connor here to rival the adults. He uses all the machines. He's very efficient and proficient at using the gym equipment, and that is like his playground. So he's a little bit quiet here, but he's very loud on the stage and in the gym.
You're lucky you didn't have the appliance here. I will compete with you at push-up pull-ups.
That's it.
You dare me, right? Okay, fair enough. Sahara, congratulations. You won the Women's Physique Junior. And I know you set out to do that anyway. So how was that moment in time for you on stage when you were competing in the women's physique?
For me, it was very nerve-wracking because my competition was like, to me, she was bigger than me, had more muscle. So it was I was just very nervous as it was my first competition on a national level representing Barbados.
Look at yourself. There you are, smiling beautifully, looking comfortable, and quite ready to compete. And so who was this you were competing against? Do you remember?
Yes, please. This is Mashante Jackman from Harson's College. She was the woman's schoolgirl for the bodybuilding competition last year.
And so your preparation in getting ready for that competition, how was it for you?
My first competition would have been the school competition where I came fourth. So after that, I found out that I really liked the sport. So I continued going to the gym even before with the help of Shakira and Roger. I was just in the gym asking the people in the gym to help me out, which they did. Eventually Roger did as well. And then Shakira and Roger decided to make this wonderful program and continue to push us.
And there you go. Shakira, what do you see to be her scope, the scope for her in the sport?
I think if we also add the fact that she's a badminton champion, usually anyone who plays any sport like that, volleyball, tennis, badminton, squash, swimming, they have really good upper body development. And I also think that she has a special talent of being very focused and determined as well, because she's not, in my opinion, she could be on the inside. She doesn't look shaken. She never seems as though she's nervous. Once you tell her what to do, how to train, what to practice, and pretty much I think a week and a half before the actual competition, she got a new routine and new music, and she had learned it within, I think, a night, right?
Wow.
Yes, so that just speaks to the type of athlete we have here. I'm sure she will go far.
Indeed, so you hear that, right? Now, my little buddy here, Jamal said to me earlier, Claude, he has 8 abs. One, and Jamal was determined. He says, I'm going to win this. Jamal, did your 8 abs show up on Saturday?
Yes, please.
All of them?
Yes, please.
I can't wait to look at your video in a minute. And so there you are now. You are now the champion. Did it surprise you that you were determined to be the champion?
Kind of, but not really, because when I was doing my routine, there were 2 judges in particular that were talking, that were laughing, and I'm writing down. So I was like, all right, I got this. All right.
So by their reaction, you know, hey, I'm doing pretty well.
Yes, please.
You were keeping an eye on the judges?
Look,
no, there you are on the screen. Jamal, the winner, in the middle right there. Look at that. Look at the pose. Look, I see the 8 ribs. Are those abs or ribs? Jamal, I'm talking to you. That's all right, buddy. You're a winner. You have your abs. I like it indeed. And so your posse, you promised that you were going to take a large number of people with you. They all showed up?
Yes, please.
You could tell who was there, right? And so you were posing off for them as well. I know you're sticking with bodybuilding. This is something you are passionate about as well as an athlete as well. So how do you balance all of that to be the winner in bodybuilding?
Sometimes I would go on the pasture at school, but sometimes I couldn't because I was putting in extra work. So that's saying that I was doing separate track. Track that complements bodybuilding as well. So I didn't really have to stop that as much, but just had to stop so I could go to the gym regular. So there's track Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I had to be at the gym Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
You put in the work. I like you. I'm going to follow your career. I like you. And so Amaya, you too promised us that you were going to be a winner. This little mighty talent was a winner in the children's fitness. How was it for you on Saturday?
Good.
Easy? You weren't scared? At all? Words. Use the words. You were not scared. So what routine did you do?
I can't remember.
Pardon me?
I can't remember.
Children's fitness.
I know, so it is so long ago, you can't even remember, right? But look at the screen right now, you will see that is you with that big bright smile. Oh, that's a good split. That didn't hurt?
Look at this one, yeah.
Wow. As a gymnast, this is what you do, and this is what you want to do for Barbados as well. You're having a good time, I can see that. Were you also keeping an eye on the judges' reactions?
Yes.
You were watching. What reactions did you see? Were they smiling?
Yes, please.
All right. So you knew you had done well. And so you have your big medal. Look, it's almost as big as your medal. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So Shakira, we have a youth program that is working. We see the development of our young bodybuilders and fitness enthusiasts as well. What's next?
Continuation and growth. I think I was somewhere and 2 people pulled up. I don't know these people from anywhere. They're already telling me about their children interested in the program. Again, on many occasions with bodybuilding in general, outside of the youth, you've always heard the sport has lower numbers since COVID, and that's happening across the board in many sports. The concept of introducing them at this point is so that by the time they become teens, well, some of them are already teens, but at least when they reach 21, they have a certain level of experience and exposure. They do understand what the sport requires, and it allows them to transition easier. I do want to mention there are other competitors who are not here today that also did well.
Yes.
So we have Seth Mears, who captured first place in the under-8, Lifestar Frazier, Aria Howell, Shekinah Applewith, who also competed and fell in the top 5, Isabel Wood, Amaya Carrington, Ashana Eversley, Eleanor Ticknor, and Yasmin Eastman, who was also here when we were on the session before. They also performed pretty well. Maishante Jackson, or is it Jackman? I think I have it wrong, but it might be Jackman. Sydney Neal. And I just want to mention a few of the boys as well who competed against Jamal Ford, who may have had 7.5 abs and not 8. But they were also kind of knocking on that door. Malachi Blackman, Kazari Edwards, Trishawn Callender, Trey Best, Micah Codrington, Malike Benito, and Jamani Burton. Also, he would have come from the Lester Vaughan, and he competed against the Guyanese team. So the children did really well. I'm sure I have not mentioned all of these names. With Cassidy Howard, Shazia Stewart, Savara Howell, Rihanna Grimes, are a number of competitors who dedicated their time, including their parents, to come to these sessions 2 or 3 times a week. They would have also worked with IFBB Pro Asha Chase. She did get involved in the last 3 weeks to work with the routines for the children's fitness, and you would have seen that on stage coming through with Amaya and Savara and a number of other competitors. So it was a whole. We also had the support of Roy Downs from Acroflex and Vicky from Tumblebugs, and also Roger Boyce was there to make sure the boys and the girls knew what they were supposed to do and they were supported. So we want to thank everybody who were involved and would have supported this in any way possible.
And I'm glad to hear all of this. You know, you're having fun, but you're winners. You understand the balance between fun and work in order to be winners, and I like that. I love it indeed. I'm so proud of each of you. Happy for each of you as well. Stick with the sport, the discipline of the sport, and the development of your bodies, the care of your bodies as well, because you are our future, and we want you to be healthy, fit, and able to complete the future for us. Thank you so much for joining us this day, okay? And enjoy, show off your medals, show them off. And Shakira, as always, thank you so much for coming by. Great work always, and I wish you two well with the future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, you're welcome. Boy, winners indeed. Morning Barbados is back with the news and more in a moment.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damian Best as they review the action. The goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share.
Good morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's look at the news now. The tourism sector in Barbados is presently presenting significant investment appeal and an abundance of employment opportunities, signaling positive growth and development within the industry. This optimistic observation comes from the chairman of the BHTA, Javon Griffith, at the association's media update. Trevor Thorpe attended and he filed this report.
BHTA Chairman Javon Griffith expressed confidence in the sector's resilience, its ability to attract visitors and create jobs for the local population. He said the association is impressed with the positive developments currently taking place in the sector as they reflect the sustained efforts to enhance Barbados' tourism infrastructure, services and marketing strategies, which continue to draw visitors from around the world.
By the end of this summer, Marriott's Barbados portfolio will also have fully reopened, delivering 605 newly renovated hotel rooms and suites to the market. These investments not only strengthen Barbados' international appeal, but also create employment opportunities, enhance training and career development, and further diversify the island's tourism offering.
He said the sector's growth is expected to contribute significantly to the national economy, providing opportunities not only for investors, but also for a wide range of employment across hospitality, transportation, entertainment, and related services.
Hotels and tourism businesses continue to invest heavily in room refurbishments, restaurant upgrades, wellness offerings, sustainability initiatives, digital guest experiences, energy efficiency projects, and staff facilities. Major refurbishment and redevelopment projects are now reshaping the Barbados tourism landscape and elevating the quality of the overall visitor experience. Royalty Investments Barbados and Turtle Beach Resort will officially welcome their first guests on June 1, 2026, while Tamarind Resort is expected to reopen on August 1, 2026. Blue Monkey Beach Club is now welcoming guests, while work continues apace on major developments including Pentry Barbados, Hayat Ziva Barbados, and Beaches Barbados.
The BHTA official noted Barbados is also well positioned to capitalize on the global travel recovery.
On July 19, 2026, Barbados will welcome the first ever British Airways Airbus A350-1000 service from London. This state-of-the-art aircraft, featuring British Airways' newest premium products and significantly increased capacity, will remain on the Barbados route for the remainder of the summer season, adding an additional 97 seats per day into Barbados. This deployment represents a tremendous vote of confidence in Barbados and further reinforces our importance within the British Airways Caribbean network. Looking ahead to winter 26-27, Barbados will also benefit from British Airways expanding to triple daily London service from October 25, 2026, with the return of London Gatwick to Barbados.
Mr. Griffith said this positive outlook suggests that a growth trajectory supported by expanding markets and robust booking activity bodes well for the industry players planning for the year ahead. Trevor Thorpe, CBC News.
The Barbados Coalition of Service Industries is the key to building out the economy and driving the country forward. However, a number of changes need to happen in order for this to be achieved. That's the view of Minister of Energy, Business Development and Commerce and Senior Minister coordinating the productive sector, Kerry Simmons. He was delivering remarks at the 4th Barbados Coalition of Service Industries Council of Leaders meeting. Here's a report from Rachel Agard.
The Barbados Coalition of Service Industries has been charged with creating a roadmap with a view to establishing a stronger services sector. Minister Simmons says this will form part of a cabinet paper with the intent to increase the budget as one of the driving forces of sustainable growth in Barbados.
Key to having a stronger services sector, ladies and gentlemen, in my judgment, this is where I'm going with the cabinet paper, is the Coalition of Service Industries. As I had said before we started, I feel it is an indispensable part of the process, and it really must become, George, the primary vehicle through which we achieve what we want to achieve in terms of growth. I am projecting that I can take this to Cabinet and make a robust case about how we can transform the BCSI from being representative and perhaps facilitating agency into really being an executing engine.
Further, Minister Simmons says there must now be an overall reshape of the policy's architecture, noting there is no better entity placed to identify the productive capacity of the sector than the BCSI.
You are now excellent at business support, but really and truly, you are not executors. You're not the executing agency that I believe you have the capacity to be. Well, and this is one of the things, it may well be that we need not only legislative backing, we may also need better financial support. But we're not going to get there unless we can convince the cabinet that this is where we have to go. And this is why I'm saying to you, I want to give you the strategic roadmap that we can work on together.
However, Mr. Simmons says this can only work if there is the buy-in from all Barbadians. Minister Simmons says within 2 years, they should be able to return to the table. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
To sports now, Trinidad and Tobago Red Force are the 2026 West Indies 4-day cricket champions after defeating Guyana Harpy Eagles by 141 runs at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium yesterday. That victory ends a 20-year wait for the regional 4-day title for the Red Force and also brings to an end Guyana's dominance of the competition, with the Harpy Eagles having captured the previous 3 championships. Resuming their second innings on the 4th and final day on 265 for 8 with an overall lead of 278, Red Force added just 2 more runs before being dismissed for 267. Evan Lewis led the way with a superb 122. Chasing 281 for victory with nearly 3 full evening sessions remaining, the Harpy Eagles were bundled out for 139. Kevlon Anderson was the only batsman to offer any significant resistance, scoring 41. TNT's pace attack proved decisive once again, accounting for all 10 wickets to fall on the final day. Jaden Seals spearheaded the effort with 3 for 39, while Terrence Hines grabbed 3 for 20. Barbados Pride were eliminated earlier in the series. That's a look at news and sports. More news and sports coming up at noon on TV8. Morning Barbados is back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV-cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. Your playlist, your station. 98.1, The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damian Best as they review the action. The goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the Touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good, your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. Your playlist, your station. 98.1, The One.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
How long can you run from who you are before the fear starts to consume you? Moco is a surreal coming-of-age story about grief, desire, and identity.
You saw it, I saw it. It was a very short clip because it's a very short film. As a matter of fact, it's a production of Mary Walker, who is the writer and director of the Moco film. And with me in the studio, Mary's going to join us online, is online in a moment. Naomi Jones, lead actress, and Nikita Thomas, a supporting actress in this film. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hello to you, Mary. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Why are you not here? Why are you there?
I am currently wrapping up my semester, so I will be coming back home in about a few weeks to start production. Yeah.
All right. For you, this is a thesis project. Talk to me about the development of this particular film and the rationale behind the film.
Mm-hmm. This is a short that's kind of been in development for about 2 years now. It stems from a feature I've developed here in my program at school, and it's really a love letter to Barbados. It is the culture and the island that raised me, and it's really my attempt at adding to kind of the growing storytelling canon that's happening in film locally on the island and in the region as well.
All right, so you're looking at all folklore. Basically, we look at the big giants on stilts, we call it, and we see them move around, but we don't quite sometimes understand the stories being told. What do you understand about the Moco Jambi?
The Moco's always been a character that I've been somewhat fascinated by. As a child, I found stiltmen quite scary because they were so big. But as I grew older, I became more and more fascinated and compelled by the imagery of them, these tall giants, as we say, walking through the streets during, celebrations, festivals. And then as an adult, I've been away at school for about 10 years now in the US. And I've really kind of held on to cultural artifacts like the Moco Jambi because they bring a sense of familiarity and comfort of home. And when I dive deeper into the meaning behind and the history behind the Moco Jambi, it was really fascinating to learn what it represents within traditional West African cultures. And a lot of them see it as a protector warrior spirit, right? It's something that evokes healing and protection within the community. And this is ultimately a story about a girl who's learning to be true to who she is, but also healing from a really traumatic experience in that she lost her mom when she was young. And so the Moco was just, for me, such a compelling visual narrative to help bring across that kind of tangible Bajan West Indian culture, but also it is a figure that I think both Barbadians and Caribbean individuals across not only the region but around the world can really latch onto and resonate with.
This could have been a study in history, and now you would have written about it and all of that. But you decided to bring your story in history alive in film. What was your experience in film creation generally before you actually started to produce this particular short film?
I am currently actually at school in New York for my master's in film. I've been pursuing it since 2023 in earnest at grad school. But I've always been fascinated by film. I think it's such a rich medium in that you can visit multiple places around the world through the eyes of their storytellers. And film is such a great cultural sharing tool. It allows you to really kind of transcend language in a lot of ways because it is rooted in visual storytelling. And so for me, my experience with film, I was originally an actor and then I transitioned to behind the screen. And I just love how you can play with form and how film, especially when it comes to the Caribbean, I think has had a history and it's now really kind of ramping up a little bit more. And it's a fun time for us to experiment with what does this visual storytelling medium look like in our language? What does it look like with our imagery? And so my experience with film has, always been rooted in the stories that I heard when I was young. I remember going to see Hush as like a school trip when I was younger. And so I've always been exposed to film. I had parents who always encouraged the arts in me. And now I'm just hoping to kind of add my little twist to it, as it were.
We're glad you're placing something on the shelf indeed with this production coming up. But you've also written the conversation that is being spoken in the film as well. So screenwriting, is that also what a passion of yours and what you've been doing along the way as well?
Yes, that definitely stemmed from, I'm a playwright as well. And so I started in theater and I still love theater, but theater as an art form isn't as accessible as something like film or television. And for me, I was in New York writing these plays and I wasn't reaching the audience that I was writing them for. And so I had a moment a few years ago where I was really trying to figure out, well, what is a more accessible, egalitarian form of storytelling that I could invest in and learn in order to reach the audience that I'm telling my stories for, which is primarily my Barbadian audience, and taking our stories and putting them on an international stage. And so as a writer, I find I'm able to externalize feelings and thoughts and themes that remain jumbled in my head, and I'm not as articulate about necessarily my real life, but kind of getting to sit and revise as you write a script is quite helpful and cathartic in figuring out your own journey, but also in things that are happening, around you and to people that you love.
And then you had to find the people to bring your story to life, the actors who's going to live it out on the screen. Talk to me about that process and how you discovered the two ladies who are sitting with me this morning.
Yeah. We have a really talented casting director, Deanne Lewis, who has been just an absolute joy to work with. Nikita, I actually had done a workshop with and knew of beforehand. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think I told Nikita like a year or 2 years ago, I was like, I have this project that I'm working on and I would love for you to be a part of it. And so as soon as we were really doing the casting process in earnest, I was like, we need to reach out to this wonderful, talented human and invite her in. And like Nikita made the decision simultaneously hard and easy in that she was just effortless in her audition. And Naomi was someone who our casting director found. And I remember sitting in the audition room with my producer Nadine, and we saw her audition. We were like, are we both seeing what we think the other's seeing? And then she just knocked it out of the park in the callbacks, especially when she read with Nikita. We were like, okay, we're cool. We have our leads. We're good.
So you found them. How many characters are in the production?
We have about 4 to 5 speaking roles. Mm-hmm. So like between lead and supporting. But then we have like about 40, 50 supporting background artists, because we have scenes in a school, we have more spiritual scenes that have ancestors in it. And so again, shout out to Deanne. It was a lift having to find the people to kind of fill the screen, because for me, I really want when Barbadians watch this, when Bajans get to hear themselves on screen and see themselves on screen authentically, that they can look at them and be like, yeah, no, you are of this community. And so we did a lot of street casting. Like Deanne spent a lot of time in Q in the community finding people for this film. And it's just been a delightful process getting to really kind of pull it all together and meet people who, a lot of them who are not actually professional actors, but who are just willing to give their voice and their experience, and when I say experience, like worldly experience, to the project, because there's something intangible about people who have lived a certain life, walked a certain life, that we can't really recreate necessarily with an actor, and they have been just great about not really knowing what film is and how film production works, but kind of just being willing to go with the flow, as it were.
So now you know a little bit more about the background to this production, and you've heard a little bit about the characters, or the number of characters who played the parts in this production. We'll talk to a couple of them right after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good, your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our film follows Zaria, a quiet but observant teenager on the cusp of her sexual awakening. As her crush on fellow classmate Thea grows, Zaria begins to feel haunted by the ghosts of her mother and other ancestors. When she learns
a little bit of the narrative in the film that you'll watch soon. It's called Moco, and with me is the lead actress in herself, Zaria, and Naomi Jones. Naomi, talk to me, because did you have to audition to be lead actress? Mary said she chose you.
Yeah, I had to audition. We both had to audition, which is the general thing that you have to do when applying to be a character.
Right. So you had to understand the character in order to display the character that they're looking for.
Somewhat. When I read the description that they gave me, the first thing that pulled me in is when she said that she was very observant, and I find myself to resonate with that because I'm a very observant person in my general life, because I'm more quiet and more laid back and reserved, and I really like looking at people and seeing how people are before I approach or make my opinions about people.
You've come through the theatre program at the BCC.
Yes, please.
And it's one thing to do theatre live, it's done. And hope it stays in your memory, but if it doesn't, that's your problem. But you're doing it for film, which is documented, that's going to live beyond now. How scary was it for you to know that you're not just auditioning for a production on stage, you're auditioning for a production on film?
I find auditioning, whether on film or on stage, is always scary, but because I'm ambitious, I love the idea of auditioning for a film, especially for the lead role, because, you know, It's the lead role.
It's the lead,
I love
correct.
being the lead.
So knowing it's the lead role, did it put added pressure on you to know that you have to convincingly carry this story right the way through?
Yes and no, because I felt once you have confidence in yourself, you could take yourself anywhere.
Yes.
That's what I went with. I told myself, I'm going to be confident in what I believe this character should be from this base that they've given me, and I'm going to lead with what I feel she would lead with and how she would be like. So although it was scary, it was very exciting. I loved it.
So this she is Zaria.
Yes, please.
Zaria is
Zaria Holder. She's the lead of the film, and she is a girl who has just experienced losing her mother. I guess from how I interpret it, dropping in a more financial state, although it's not the focus, and also having to discover herself as a teen because she's still in secondary school and she's still going through puberty. She doesn't know much about herself. She doesn't know how to be, especially experiencing a great loss like losing her mother.
She lost her guiding force.
Yes.
Mothers tend to be the guides at that point of going through puberty.
Yes.
The mother is central to being able to say, don't do or whatever to do.
Yes.
And so here it is, she's lost in space and she's seeking to, I hope I'm not telling it for you, she's seeking to find something or someone that can help her find her center, that she can move forward. And she turned to the Moco Jambi. Or was that not so? Don't spoil the story for me here. Leave that in my head. Let me figure it out. Let me watch and see whether or not she turned
You'll have
this
to
tall,
that
imposing
when you watch
character,
it.
or was that built in her head alone?
You'll have to interpret it for yourself when you watch the film.
All right. Fair enough. I hold you to that here. But Nikita, you too were recognized even before you had to audition for what you bring to the theater and performance and all the rest of it. And you are playing a supporting actress role. Yes. So talk to me about the audition process for you as well and what is required for you as a supporting actress.
Okay, so the audition process is always very interesting. You get to see a glimpse of the script and do your own interpretation. And I always find that very exciting. I'm able to bring my own perspective into this lens, see what the writer is saying about the character, see what the other characters say about the character, and try to embody that as best as I can.
So what role do you play, and what's the relationship you have with Zaria?
So I play Zaria's Auntie Pat. We're not related biologically, but we would have formed a close relationship because of the relationship and friendship I had with her mom. So since her mom would have passed, I would have stepped into the role of being, a female role model.
And her auntie.
And her auntie.
And is Zaria an obedient person? Or was Zaria going through a rebellious period of time as a consequence of her puberty?
That's a very interesting question.
So watch it and see.
Yes.
That's watch it and see for yourself
Watch it and
whether she was obedient. Hit. So it's really a must watch at the end of the day. Coming out of this experience, have you seen it? The finished product?
No.
So y'all are just sitting in the dark like me?
Not really.
Not really.
We know what's going to happen,
Okay.
but the film has yet to be made, but we know what's going to happen.
So now you've dabbled your foot into, and your respective feet into this form of expression, not just theatre alone, but now to be captured and documented on film. What's your passion now for film and the industry going forward?
Well, this is not my first film. I have a passion.
Experience. Yes.
I have a passion for acting specifically. And what I like about film, as you mentioned with theater, once you do it on stage, it is done. There's no do-overs, there's no oops. There is just continuity. With film, you get an opportunity to say, all right, I like that, but let me try this. And let me do it in this intonation. So that's what I enjoy about film, that you get chances to have different expressions.
Wow. What about you, Naomi?
With film, this is my first professional film. I did little films at UE. I can't really call them little because they really got me out there and got me into the space of knowing what film would be like and how it would be. But I like both, but film, as she said, to piggyback off what she said.
Your auntie?
Yeah. To piggyback off of my auntie. Film is something that you could really look back on and refine your craft from what you see. You could look at yourself and really tell yourself, or you could look at the film and say, I didn't like that. I want to try something different. I want to try something more captivating or have a specific emotion. And also with film, I find it's better for me because in theater, your expressions are always so exaggerated and big and bold. The person has to see you from the back of the screen, the back of the stage. Sorry. And with film, the camera's right there. You could do the most micro expression, and it gives depth to your character without you over exaggerating anything. So
and keeping it real. You got to keep it real.
Keeping it real and relatable to whoever is watching you.
And so, Mary, here we are now. We've spoken to two of your phenomenal actors within the production, Moco. They told me it's not. I can't watch it yet. They haven't seen it yet. When can we all see this finished product that we can all enjoy? What's your timeline?
So we actually go into production next month. We're shooting from June 15th to June 20th. We're actually right now in the process of grassroots fundraising for part of our budget. One of the important anchor ethos for me and tenets for this production was I wanted to try as much as I could to pay our cast and crew. Often we're filming stuff down here. You have some great writers and directors who are doing the thing locally. The Silence After just went on streaming, but from Stockton Miller. And for this production, I wanted to kind of take part of that energy and kind of commit and reach out to my community. And I knew going into my program that for my thesis, I was going to fundraise. And so if anyone's interested in donating to our fundraiser, we are raising about $15,000 US to go towards production so we can feed cast and crew, pay them wages, and really kind of make the best product possible. You can go to mocofilmbb.com and it will show you the two avenues through which you can donate. And so we're shooting next month. We go into post-production in July, and then we'll start to submit to festivals, both locally, regionally, and internationally around October, November. With hopefully then we're going to have a screening locally either in December or January of next year. And then over the course of 2027, we're hoping to travel with the film to different festivals. I really enjoy going on the film festival circuit because it allows you to connect with a lot of different creators all around the world. But it also allows you to take your film and the hard work of your cast and crew and show that, look, we here in Barbados can do it too. I had that wonderful experience with my first film, and I can't wait to do it with this film as well.
Love it. And so in other words, be patient. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. Production starts in June, but to help the production be a whole lot more meaningful and to have the class and the quality that we are known for, we want you to go to mocofilmbb.com. Moco, M-O-K-O, filmbb.com, and you see how you can make your donation pour into this project so that our actors and supporting actresses and everyone who works on the production can be fed, watered, and to bring this to fruition indeed. Facing the duppies is what it's all about as she wrestles with her true spark of attraction. Little 15-year-old Zaria must face the ghost that haunt her. And so if you want to see how this finishes, let's start at the beginning by helping with the production of it, by donating to its production at mocofilmbb.com. Visit it right now, dig within and pull, shout indeed to see how you can add to its development. It's a great work. And how short is short for you, Mary, by the way? 20 minutes, 30 minutes?
We're anticipating it's going to be around 20 minutes.
Okay. If you look at your screen now, folks, you will see when you go on to mocofilmbb.com, this is where you go. We ask you as a Bajan donor or from a donor from anywhere in the world at all to sow your seed. And you click on either and you begin to pour into the production of Moco. It's a film, it's a short film, but it's a short film by Barbadians for the world, and we want the world to see who we are and to understand our story as well through the eyes of Zaria and her auntie and the rest of the family and the tall people we know as Mocos who are hunting, but they're always ever present. They see from above they have a global view of how everything plays out. That's why it's going to be so interesting to watch. We can't wait to see. To you, Mary, thank you so much for joining us. Great work. We can't wait to see the finished product. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us on. And I would also like to say a big thank you to our donors who have donated so far. We are at 31% and rising. And thank you to Nikita and Naomi, both very talented, and everyone should keep an eye on them for their future endeavors.
Well spoken. And so to you, Nikita and Naomi as well, thank you as well. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
As we say in theatre, break a leg. Thank you so very much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Mornin Barbados is back with more in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action, the goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. Your playlist, your station. 98.1, The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
60 minutes to go to 8 o'clock now. The non-governmental organization known as I Am a Girl continues to uplift and empower young women in Barbados of school age, and then eventually they go on to do wonderful things. And so we're looking forward to the next iteration of the financial literacy workshop. But this morning we have some of those who've been through that workshop, as we're joined now by Sam Chapin, who is a program coordinator with I Am a Girl, the non-governmental organization. Ebony Jills Edgel is back with us. She, in 2025, became a scholarship winner from the I Am a Girl Financial Literacy Workshop as well. Ebony, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Representing, of course, at Darrell Jordan Secondary School, St. Lucie. And with me, across from me, is Leanna Critchlow, who also passed through the program, but Leanna has taken the leap into following through, which is a great story to tell. Samcha, here we are now. It works. It's working.
Yes, please, brilliantly. I am happy to say as well that this would be our 5th year of working with the Bank of Nova Scotia and the Scotiabank Barbados team. And of course, after COVID, we're working on increasing our numbers and going back up to the 150 we originally had. So this year we're seeing 100 girls coming into this space. And this financial literacy workshop is a bit different from what we would have done in the past. This year we're focusing and looking a bit more at investing, because girls are always told, you know, investing is one of the ways you can save, is one of the things you should add to your budget, but persons never really go into how to do that or the basics of it. So we really want to make sure we cover that today, especially in our 15 to 18-year-old age range, because then we're looking at girls who are now leaving school, who are going on to UE, they may be going on to work, a few different paths, and we want to make sure that they're prepared there. And we always want to make sure that girls are financially independent as well. Not too many persons are aware, but financial abuse is also one type of abuse that is intertwined, whether it be with domestic, physical, emotional, and making sure girls know how to handle themselves there is one of the ways that we can prevent that from happening as well. So we're really expecting a lot of good things for this year.
There's some really positive outcomes. When is it, the workshop?
It is on the 29th of May.
Okay, a couple weeks from now. Well, a week from now. Week from now. It feels as if we're in the middle, but we're towards the end almost. So a week from now, you said 100 you have so far, and you were hoping for 150? So you have space?
Well, we currently have, our target is 100 girls. We do have a few spaces available.
Okay, a few spaces still left.
Yes, and maybe in the next few years we'll be back up to our full capacity of 150.
So for those, how do we fill those next few spaces?
Well, for those next few spaces, all you have to do is send us an email at weare@iamagirl.ngo, or you could always message us on Instagram, or you can call 243-4475.
Simple so. And so, of course, with your parents' permission and consent as well, that's important. Miss Ebony, you came through the program. You are now a scholarship recipient following that program as well. So talk to me about the benefits of taking that financial literacy workshop.
There's not really like much to say, to be honest. I mean, I took in what I had to take in at the workshop. It worked very nice because I actually saved a lot of money from the last time.
So you can borrow?
I might have to recheck on that one.
No problem.
But what I really benefit from the workshop is that like I get to help other children in my school like save up money and stuff like that, and like enhance their knowledge on finance, because some people need it. That's mainly what I took from that.
Wow. And so you used your scholarship to be able to help others, to empower other girls like yourself and your age to how to better manage their finances and their resources.
Yeah.
And do you have an opportunity to do this coming workshop as well? Or are you aged out of it now?
I am. I do.
You are? And so now you're looking at investing. Are you interested in that?
Yeah, but there's other stuff that I would like to do as well. So I'm also taking my time in dipping my foot in waters, trying out new stuff. but I feel it's something that I would see myself doing in the long run.
Well done. Liana,
Yes.
you haven't aged out yet, have you?
I think I have.
You think you have? No problem. Talk to me about the benefits of being a part of the workshop.
Yes, so you know that I am at UWI now. So I feel that the workshop helped me in a lot of ways this year, well last year, because I'm in my first year at UWI. You know that university students are, you know, at a bigger risk of being irresponsible with their money. So I feel that the workshop really helped me to focus on the things that I need rather than the things that I want. But you know, I'm just a girl. Yeah. But you know, being a university student has really opened my eyes to a lot of things that a lot of the first year students at colleges and universities everywhere have to battle with, you know, because at UWI it's like, you know, go to your classes, do your assignments, but it's like you still want to go to all the crop over events and the juve. So, you know, it really helped me to
be disciplined.
Yes.
Financially disciplined and managing your time and your resources as a consequence
and being
as well.
smart about it as well, you know. So I really feel that the workshop helped me in a lot of ways, I will say.
Have you, from that experience, been sharing this goodness with other girls, your girlfriends? So at least,
of course.
Good. Let me hear about them stories.
Okay, so I have a friend at BCC. You know, as I said, us college girls, there's a lot of things that we want to do with our money, you know, and it's very, very hard to balance work and school life. So, you know, you may want your hair done, your nails done, your lashes done. So, you know, I would just tell them, like, for right now, let us get through the exam season first before we focus on those things. Those things will always be there. My father always tells me that. Yes. So I always tell her, like, you know, I know that you want your hair done, your nails done. You know, you just want to feel good about yourself, because if you look good, you feel good. But I believe that if you focus on your exams and your academics, it will take you farther in life, you know, because as I said, those things will always be there.
Look how your daddy's words ring in your ears. That is so good to hear. I like the fact that one, it's your father, and two, that you're obedient to what your father is saying.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes.
And that's part of the financial literacy workshop as well. You have to build priorities, understand what those priorities are, and then plan accordingly. Absolutely. Not everything is acquired immediately.
Yes.
It takes time, and it should take time. Focus on the priority. Yes. And that's what you've been telling me about that just now as well.
Yes.
And so that's important, I think. But you also spoke about risk. And that's where I think, is that going to be a part of this upcoming workshop as well? How we look not just at investing, but understanding how to manage risk?
Of course, we actually have one of our sessions that will be facilitated by the Barbados Stock Exchange. So the girls will get to undergo a simulation. In their groups, they'll have a certain amount of money and they'll go through a few different rounds just basically to see if you'll be investing in this stock, if you're going to be looking at the risks versus the rewards. Maybe they'll have a crisis they have to solve halfway through. They'll see when they get there. But we really want them to at least understand the basics in terms of what types of stocks they are, what stocks are available to us here in Barbados as well, different brokerages you can actually go to. So we actually have a few persons coming on board to help us out with that session in terms of mentoring the girls as well, and just making sure they're able to take in their advice. So again, really excited for this one.
So being financially smart is the effort, the whole purpose of this particular upcoming workshop as well, because the greater the investment, the greater the risk.
Yes.
And so either you're investing, you're taking the chance for growth, or expect that it could happen the opposite direction. You could lose it all. Yes. And so that decision is yours. I'm sure that will be resonated in the workshop as it unfolds as well. But it is good to know that you young ladies are presenting yourselves in this positive way, to empower yourselves to be conscious of life, understand what that requires of you now at this stage, rather than finding yourselves in those opportunistic situations where someone is preying on you and you're making some very poor decisions. But I Am a Girl gives you the foundation to make better decisions going forward. So for all of you youngsters listening, young ladies listening, if you want to be a part of this upcoming workshop, you go VWEARE at IamAGirl.ngo. That's where you send your email and you say, I want to be a part of this. How do I register? And you'll be guided accordingly. Or follow them on social and you see not just this program, but the series of programs they do throughout the year to help young girls to be better. at what they're doing, and they do it. This is a passion project, but they do it because they want to see really the development of our young girls. And Samsha, I want to thank you as program coordinator for being on this all the time. You're doing well. Thanks to all of the others at the I Am a Girl as well.
Yes.
And Ebony, proud of you always. Liana, proud of you too.
Thank you.
Can do. You're in finance. You're looking at it, and you're studying that at the UE, and that means that you love what you're learning. Well done. Thank you. That's life. That's life. Thanks a lot. Okay. All the best.
Thank you.
Morning Barbados is back right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We can do this in 5 minutes because we're having that and then talking about our relationship with our Queen Elizabeth Hospital, which you know is such a critical component of our infrastructure in Barbados. And they're hoping to hear from you. They really want to hear from you, but I don't want to tell you about that. Shane Seeley, their communications specialist, is with me to tell you about what it is, why it is, and where it is, and when it the details. Shane, morning.
Yes, the full 411.
The full
Good
411.
morning, Pearson. How are you
good?
doing?
I'm well, thanks. You too?
Busy, but well.
Well, that's good to hear. Why does the hospital want to hear from us?
Because it's our time to give that public account. That's part one. But we need to hear from Barbadians so that we can find out what their proposals are for improving the work that we do at the hospital. At the end of the day, it is Barbadians and the rest of the region and further afield that we treat to, but predominantly Barbadians. So we must hear from them to find out how we can best chart that course forward. So they'll be adding into what is the 2025 to 2028 strategy. It is being led by our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Neil Clark, supported by our Chief Operations Officer Acting, Ms. Louise Bob, and of course the executive team and all staff of the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. It's all about making sure that we improve what is patient-centered care at our hospital.
It's today.
It is today, 6 p.m. Doors open from 5, so just feel free to come in and get comfortable. And then we start from 6 and go straight up till 8. There will be a presentation first, and then we will open the floor to the public so that they can give us their feedback. We really want to get their thoughts on what we are doing, the strategy as well. So we'll give them that full rollout of the strategy, where we are right now, what we've done so far. And that's probably why you haven't seen our CEO, because he's been so busy trying to get
There's a lot going on there.
all of those tenants under the strategy done. So a number of things have happened. He will share them with the public. A number of things are in progress, so they'll get that progress update. And then there are a few other things to come as we roll on to 2028. It seems far away as we talk about it now, 2026, but just the other day,
it was 2024.
You mean
Here we are now.
2004?
There you go. And so we're going to get a near report, a medium-term report, and a long-term report. So we're getting a sense of what the vision is at the QEH. You said the doors will open at 5. Doors to where?
Doors to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. You come through the main entrance, and then of course our security, they will help guide you to the main auditorium. That's where all the action happens, and that's where we will roll out the 2025 to 2028 strategy, that progress update for the public.
I think the hospital understands the passion, because you hear it on the calling programs, and because people support the QEH, and in that support we want you to come with your ideas, your thoughts. You can share your passion, it's all right, because I know that the competency of the the leaders at the hospital is able to manage that response. But we want to hear from you how you feel about the vision. What do you see needs to be added to that vision? How do you feel about it generally in terms of, do you support it? All of that kind of as it relates to patient care and the general upgrade of the hospital and its approach.
And people have their expectations, and we want to meet them. We want to hear what those expectations are, where we are not meeting them, and how we can step up to the plate to get to where they want us to be.
Part of which is digitization, which is one of the ongoing projects.
So you'll hear more about the health information system soon to be rolled out, and that will make patient care a whole lot easier in terms of, you sometimes hear about patient notes going missing.
Yes.
That would help to eliminate a lot of that, because everything, the repository will be one place, so it will be at a click of a button. And the CEO will say more about this, but patients will be in control of their own records. Cybersecurity is a big part of that. We will explain what is happening in that area as well. So when I say I've been busy, I think everyone at the hospital has been busy, because so much is happening in so many different directorates, just to try to make sure that we lift the bar, raise the bar in terms of service delivery.
And part of that, so many things happening in the respective directorates, is to be able to come together eventually, and everything fits beautifully. And that's what the vision we'll be sharing today is all about, how it all fits. So as you see things happening, they're not happening in silos. They're part of an overall strategy. How does it all fit is what will be shared. And then in that sharing, you have a chance to comment on what you hear. It starts at 6 this evening, but the doors, as Shane said, to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital come through the main entrance. The security officer will take you to the auditorium. They will show you exactly where to go. But you're spending just a couple of hours. But in that couple of hours, you're hearing of the outstanding plans of the QE. They're hearing from you your response to that as well. And it's going to be led by the directors there. The chief executive officer and the chief operations officer will be happy to hear from you. They'll respond to you. And you know this because this is what they do. This is just a part of the ethos of the QEH recently. And it's not afraid to interface.
It's an understanding that we're not perfect.
Correct.
But we want to improve. It's all about a constant journey of improvement at the QEH. That's where we're moving to.
Thanks, Shane. Folks, this afternoon, be at the QE in the auditorium to be a part of this session, the sharing session. Sharing from them, hearing you share as well to them. That's what it's about. It's an exchange. Thanks, Shane. Good to see you again, buddy.
Thank you, Pearson.
All right. That's it for today, everybody. My little crew joins me in saying to all of you, have a terrific Thursday. Be it the will of the Lord. We'll see you tomorrow, Friday. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan?